The Brave Girl and the Lighthouse Star. Mia lived in a small house near the rocky shore of the ocean. Every night, she watched the lighthouse on the hill send bright beams of light across the dark sea. She imagined the lighthouse as a guardian that kept sailors safe, and she dreamed of becoming a lighthouse keeper herself someday. She loved the sound of waves crashing and the smell of salt in the air. One stormy evening, the wind howled loudly and the waves grew high and wild. Dark clouds covered the sky, and rain fell in heavy sheets. Mia looked out her window and noticed something strange. The lighthouse light was flickering instead of shining strongly. Her heart began to pound because she knew ships depended on that light to avoid the sharp rocks below. She grabbed her raincoat, pulled up her hood, and ran toward the lighthouse even though the storm was fierce. The wind pushed against her, and water splashed over her shoes as she climbed the steep hill. But Mia didn't stop because she knew sailors might be in danger. Her small footsteps felt brave as she moved forward. Inside the lighthouse, everything was dark except for a weak glow from the lantern at the top. She climbed the spiral stairs, holding the railing tightly so she wouldn't slip. When she reached the lantern room, she found the problem. The main lamp's wick had burned too short, and the backup flame was nearly out. Mia searched the shelves and found a box of new wicks and a container of oil. Her hands shook from the cold, but she focused carefully. She replaced the wick, filled the oil, and cleaned the glass around the lantern. When she lit the flame, it grew brighter and stronger until it filled the whole room with warm golden light. She stepped back and watched proudly as the beam stretched far across the stormy sea. She felt a deep sense of responsibility and courage, knowing she had helped save people she would never meet. The sea still roared, but the lighthouse stood strong again. When the storm finally passed, the sky cleared and a soft starry night appeared. Mia walked home tired but happy. Her parents listened in surprise as she told them everything she had done. They hugged her tightly, telling her that bravery comes from a heart that chooses to help others, even when it's hard. The next morning, the lighthouse keeper visited Mia at her home. He thanked her warmly and told her that her quick thinking had made a big difference. He even invited her to help at the lighthouse whenever she wished. Mia felt her dream coming true. From that day on, she visited regularly and learned how to care for the lantern, polish the glass, and watch the sea with careful eyes. She knew the lighthouse was more than a building, it was a promise of safety, and she was proud to be part of that promise, shining like a star in the darkest nights.